We are live.
Yay, live.
All right.
So what have you guys been up to?
Oh, man.
Trying to grow focus blocks.
Trying to do what?
Trying to grow focus blocks.
Yeah.
How's that going?
It's a journey, man. We're at what, 200 members now, but shit, it's a lot of takes a lot of effort to grow a membership, as John can probably tell us right now.
It definitely does. It definitely does. But 200,
Nothing-
that's good. That's a good milestone.
Yeah, it's a good milestone, but well, I mean, I haven't really ramped up paid advertising yet. I feel like that's what I'm kind of figuring out right now. It's still a work in progress. We've only acquired like 20 customers from paid ads, so that's what needs to be figured out right now.
I got some solutions for you. I've been reading.
Tell me.
All right. So, well, we need to do an affiliate promotion, but before we do, we got to fix some things. So you guys should all read this book, Alex Hormozi's book. It's called, and he's got it on his website too, like the videos, but just grab the book version. He's got it for 99 cents now. Let me see. I think it's $100 million offer. Yeah, $100 million offers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You remember that book, what's it called? The ridiculous offer? No, what's it called? Irresistible offer, right?
Irresistible offer.
Okay, this book is like 10 times better than that. His formula for creating an offer is the best I've ever seen. So, like looking at your focus block stuff right now, right? This is what I figured out from reading his book. What you're offering now is you're offering them to jump into the focus block to get their work done, the study, like the service, right? But what are the objections and the obstacles that they're going to have that are leading them to your product, and that's going to keep them from adopting your product, right? So if you had to think of what's the number one objection, the number one thing
putting the credit card down.
Let's say in the execution of it, like let's say, okay, so the goal, what's the desired outcome that you're giving them?
What's the desired outcome? The desired outcome is really productive hour.
Okay, so really productive hour. And then what's stopping them from believing that they can achieve that? Like, what are the things, the obstacles that they're going to encounter on the way that the biggest objection?
The biggest objection I have is that this sounds too simple to work, or it sounds too easy to work. And people don't believe it actually works until they do it.
Okay, so but let's think of it in terms of, I guess where I'm getting at is, okay, let's imagine, like I'll kind of use an example that he had mentioned was, let's say that so you're going to sign someone up for a boot camp for the gym to lose weight, right? So you could sell the boot camp, but the problems that people are going to have is they're going to have other problems to make for it to not work, which is they need to know how to shop for groceries for their diet. They need to know what foods to eat, when to eat those foods. They need to know what to eat at a restaurant if they go out to eat. They need to know like what kind of things should they be doing, what kind of fitness routine, what weights should they be lifting, all these things. It's not just the boot camp. So basically what he was saying was, instead of selling this $99 boot camp, right, instead you come up with all these other solutions, a checklist of food items, a call that you're going to have with a bunch of other people that are going to walk through going to the grocery store and teach you how to shop for healthy foods, right? All of these things that are solving all those problems. And then he bundles that all together and then sells that for $4,000, and people buy that, but they won't buy the other thing for $99. So what I'm saying with focus blocks is, what other things are people needing to do in order to be successful at focus blocks that they're in their mind, they're saying, well, I can't sign up for this because, like, the one that would come to my mind is I don't know where I'm going to have the time in the day to jump on the focus block and be uninterrupted. So, like, if you can think of all of those type of objections and then come up with solutions for those and then bundle those all together, right? So instead of just selling the focus blocks, sell all the stuff. Give them a productivity calendar that you create for them. Give them a checklist of how to eliminate all distractions, like turn off your cell phone. Like give them a checklist that they can go over and they can hang on their wall. And it's like, give them email templates that they can put as their away message for they're busy right now, or their IM from work, their direct message. So they can say, I'm working on a focus block right now. In fact, plug the product in their message, but give them all the kind of stuff that they can use to be successful, so they can really believe that they can actually make this happen and work. Give them a productivity template, like how to, like a little video course or something on how to prioritize the work that they work on, so they work on the right stuff at the right time.
That's what I was going to suggest, was how to know what your most important or urgent thing is in 2 minutes.
Exactly.
So one of the big challenges that we have right now is that people don't even, like, people will buy it and they don't even get around to using it once or twice before they, like, people won't even get around to using it, and then they'll just cancel it. But once we get people to use it, then it's a different story. But it's like people will buy the damn thing and they don't use it. And then we lose the customer. And I'm like, I'm pulling my hair out saying, dude, you paid for it. Can you please use it? And that's become like a fucking problem. Like, just because the offer is like, I'm giving them a $7 for the first month or something, they're signing up, but then they're not showing up.
But so fighting. Okay.
Another thing I'm going to throw your way that's kind of related to what John's saying. So I signed up for this master swim team, right? And I don't make it every morning at 5 a.m., right? I make it most mornings, but not every morning. But I just hired a triathlon coach, like, on Wednesday. And so he's giving me my workouts for the biking and running, but he's assuming that I'm getting the swim workouts by going to the master swimming. And so by having that level of push, I'm more likely to show up to the master swimming. And so, what is there something like that you can push people through with, right? I think that's the level of thing that John's talking about too, where, it's part of this program. It's part of this other thing that you're handing to people. So it's not just, hey, it's this solution, but it's, hey, it's part of this system or program, or, there's an accountability to even show up in the first place.
So with that, here's a way to implement that. Instead of selling focus blocks, sell a 6-week productivity challenge. Increase your productivity in 6 weeks, and don't even sell it don't forget $7 price. Let's sell that thing for like $500 for $499. Okay. And it's what it is it's a 6-week program, and you're going to give them new lessons and stuff every week. You've got your accountability, maybe have one of your focus guides or something, like following up with people on accountability, and have like a program, and it's a challenge, and have them rate their productivity at the beginning of the 6 weeks, right? And then have them rated at the end, like how many hours they spend, or come up with some kind of process, some tracking system, and then give them all the tools they need, all these things that we just talked about that you're going to bundle, checklists, email templates, calendar templates, stuff like that, right? So that they can really improve their productivity. And then they're going to use focus blocks as part of it. And so you're going to sell them that, and it's going to be, let's say, $600. And then they're going to pay $30 a month, or whatever focus blocks costs after that. Or maybe that includes a year of focus blocks, or the first 6 months of focus blocks is included in that, that $500 price tag. And then they're also going to be signed up for the monthly plan. This way it does a couple of things. One, it completely reframes the offer. so that it's no longer about selling focus blocks. It's about selling a productivity challenge that is going to finally get them to be productive with another group of people that are also going through this challenge. Two, it gets them using focus blocks in an exciting way because they're part of this challenge. So they need to do this to achieve the results. And then it's going to also get them to continue to use the focus blocks from then on. But this is like, and this is all just coming from reading that book. Like I'm completely viewing offers a completely different way now, to make it like basically the thing he keeps on talking about in the book is making it so that they would have to be an idiot to say no to the offer. So how can you make the offer so fucking good? And the way you do that, like with yours, like I said, if you do like a 6-week challenge, and then you include all this stuff, like, like I said, templates, every single thing that's going to help them to be productive, how to prioritize their tasks, all the stuff, plus the focus blocks, where it's like, okay, you'd have to be an idiot to not pay $500 for this.
It'd be fun too with the challenge is if they're going through the challenge, and you could put it through, because you could run the challenge every, starting every 2 weeks or every month, is have like an icon or a logo or something that you could put like behind you, so that when you get on the focus block call, right, you can see who else is part of your challenge, right? Or you could see who the other challengers are, right? And so it's like, oh, you're part of my cohort, right? And I don't know.
You could even have them compete. That's true. Something to create that. But
leaderboard for who's put in the most blocks, or all kinds of stuff.
But and then the other thing that you should add to it too is like a ridiculous money back guarantee, right? Just completely be like, look, you take absolutely no risk. If at the end of 6 weeks, if you're not more productive, then you can have your money. I'll give you your money back, or you can continue. We'll continue to work with you until you achieve the productivity goals that you want, right? However you want to structure it, but just offer some ridiculous money back guarantee. And what I realized in like a no brainer when I was reading through the book about the guarantees, I was like, this is so stupid. Why am I not offering a complete money back guarantee on the $7 trial for the Bulldog Mindset membership? Like try Bulldog Mindset membership for free for a month and see if you like it. Just put down $7 so I know you're serious. I'll give it back to you if you decide you don't like it. I would double my conversion rate just by doing that.
Well, and what are you out if they want their money back? $7.
Doesn't matter, right?
Yeah. The other angle of this, because Russell Brunson does the One Funnel Away challenge, right, is that the pricing is $100 a month and you get a free trial of ClickFunnels as part of the deal. At least the first time you go through it. And so, then the pricing is so ridiculously low, right, for what you're getting out of it, that I don't know if they have a money back guarantee on that. But the flip side of it is it's $100, and so you're not out that much if but there's so much instruction and just stuff that you get out of it. So that's the other tactic you can take. I think either way would work, right? Just depending on which way you want to go with it.
Yeah.
And you can experiment with it, right? And just see which one works for you.
Yeah.
But,
it's all good.
But I was gonna say, but read that book. Like you'll have 100 ideas if you read that book. It's so good.
I just snagged it on Audible.
Yeah, it completely changed the way I think about offers now. Like I have 100% confidence I can double my business now.
You interviewed him as well?
I have him coming on next week. And my plan is, what I think I'm going to do, I'm trying this for an experiment, is I'd like your guys' input on this. I'm going to have him on the live stream on the YouTube channel for 30 minutes. And then at the end of the 30 minutes, I'm going to say, okay, guys, we're going to end the live stream here, but we're going to continue the interview with Alex in the Bulldog Mindset membership, only available for members. And we're going to discuss, and I'm going to give some kind of really good topic, like, we're going to dissect the Bulldog Mindset business and how to grow that business. And, whatever it is, like, we're going to have him actually do it. And I think he'll be on board for that. I don't think he'll have a problem doing that. And then I can say, if you sign up right now, you can get access to it right away.
Well, so what you should do is you should set it up even before
Yeah.
the
Tell people
call, like,
early.
tell people before, because if you sell it right there, it's too late for them to even make the transition. But if you pre-frame it saying, all right, we're going to talk about this, this, and this, and this, we're going to talk about these ideas here, and we're going to talk about these ideas in the membership area.
Yeah.
So if you want to just listen to the first few ideas, stay here. But if you want to dig deeper into this, 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 and this, you need to join the membership before it's too late. And I will let you ask questions. Like you can sign in and you can submit your questions for Alex. Basically, it has to feel like a big fucking deal to
Mhm.
Yeah.
get that call or to be a part of that call.
And
for
then I
them.
can double sell it in the when I do the live stream. 'Cause
Yeah.
I can say, okay,
If-
we're
if-
ending this now.
Well, and if you're promoting it for a couple of weeks, you're just like, look, this book's a game changer. I've got Alex coming. You're talking about it for a couple of weeks. You know, I've got the special deal going for the Bulldog Mindset members. You know, so you want to sign up now so you can get your questions in and make sure that you're all set for the live stream for members. And then when you kick off the call, you know, just remind people at the beginning, just like, look, you got to sign up now because you want access to the live dealio.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a good. Yeah. I don't have a lot of time because it's next week, but I'm going to start getting some stuff put out for it. But
I mean, you can put out the summary or some like angle.
I
of a
would
summary.
just drop a 2-minute clip on your podcast and YouTube now and just say, hey, look, I just lined this up. I just want to let everybody know I'm talking to Alex next week. This is what we're covering. This is what we're covering for members, you know. So if you haven't signed up, I mean, this is your chance to hear, you know, exclusive content kind of thing.
yeah.
And
okay.
then just that's it. That's the whole clip.
And then
Yeah,
I
I
can put
mean-
it in the member library too. And then I have additional content for existing members too. So
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, if you can teach from the book and teach a few good ideas from the book, that'll always get
Yeah.
you a lot more people
Yeah.
coming in, and enough of a long enough video that you'll get a lot of views and more people excited about it.
well, and here's one
That's
of the
true.
most valuable ideas from the book, by the way. This is pretty cool. He's got this equation in the book, and it's basically like how to create a great offer.
Hmm.
And what it is it's a division equation. So on the top, the numerator is your prospect's goal, like their desired outcome, their goal. Okay. Plus their belief in their ability to achieve it. Okay. Divided by how long it'll take them to get the result, plus the effort required to get the result. So that makes a lot. And what he was saying in the book was that what matters is the denominator. The numerator doesn't even matter. What's on top doesn't even, I mean, it matters, but it doesn't really matter. Instead, eliminate the denominator, make it as small as possible. So get them some kind of result instantly that requires zero effort, and people will buy it no matter what it is. Right.
Mm.
And that's how, you know, so that, like, now I'm looking at changing all my offers where, you know, like, for example, let's say Bulldog Mindset membership, where it's like, okay, I have some kind of dating offer. Like, I'm going to teach you how to be better with women, how to, you know, get laid, whatever. Instead, I can still have that offer, but I can say, look, when you sign up right now, I'm going to give you 10 text messages that you can send today that are going to increase your results, but by, you know, 200%, right? You don't have to do anything, just copy and paste these text messages, right? And now that offer just became a lot more powerful because it doesn't require 2 months of work to get a result. You're going to get the result immediately.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's so freaking interesting, fascinating, and frustrating to try and grow this damn thing, because it's like, if you get someone to use it, it's life changing. But if you can't get someone to use it, you're just like, what do? I want to strangle the guy who just asked for a refund and he didn't even sign up for a damn thing. And now you're like, just do. And in my case, it's you have to sit down for 1 hour to do that damn thing. The only thing I've been able to reduce in some ways is instead of having someone to log in, as soon as someone buys, we present them with the calendar and a place to go and sign up for their focus block right there. Like as soon as you click buy now, and the next page is, hey, go ahead and schedule your focus block right
Yeah.
now. And below is the calendar. It's running 24 hours a day, Monday through Friday. So they just have to pick a time and schedule it. But I'm like, okay, how else can I get them to show up for a damn focus block?
Yeah, but I would say like don't even worry. I mean, you're kind of like a gym, right? Like okay, you don't want everyone. I mean, you do want everyone to show up, but it doesn't matter if everyone shows up to the gym. Like you're basing it off of the idea that people will only continue to pay if they're using it. It's not true.
Yep.
People will continue. Some people are just going to refund no matter what because they're just tire kickers. But that's why I'm saying, like, if you can make an offer like that 6-week challenge and you can make that offer for $500, then it doesn't even matter. So what if they don't show up? That's and so what if a couple of people refund? A couple of people will refund. That's fine. But everyone else, instead of making an average sale of, $7 or $30 or $100 or $200, you'll be making an average sale of $500. Plus you'll have some upsell in there as well. So now you're making a shit ton more money. So you don't even care if people show up or not. You're making the service available, but instead, like, you're stressing so much on getting people to show up, and you're trying to solve a problem that you can't solve because people are lazy. Like you can teach them the productivity tips, and you can give them the tools. It's like you can, bring a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So like you can't solve that problem for them. All you can do is give them all the tools and resources and work on higher up the funnel in conversion and making more money there to cover the fact that people aren't. Because if you're trying to play the game of getting people to continue to use a service, I think that's just you're going to be wasting so much effort. Yeah, you might be able to improve it and improve the stick rate by a few percentage more. Okay. But if you go up the stream and you say, how can I convert more people and make more money per sale? That's a much better place to spend your resources.
Yeah, I was going to pile on that front a little bit just by saying, hey, look, if you're not getting people to try it, that's your onboarding sequence. But it sounds like you're still working on getting people to buy it in the first place, right? I mean, because you're talking about, doing paid ads or doing, other kinds of promotions and things like that. I mean, once you have that opened up as a fire hose and you've got people signing up like crazy, then go look at, okay, I've got a 30 or 40% drop off rate. Let's see if we can get that to a 5% drop off rate, and shut that off to a trickle. I think you have a sales problem first, and then you go and solve your retention problem.
Well, yes and no, because it's very dangerous to spend $10,000 on ads and acquire 100 customers only to find that you have such a leaky bucket that you lose 50 of them because you don't have good systems and processes or you don't have good retention. People don't show up. That's the problem. That's the biggest problem.
How leaky is it?
How leaky
is it? Is it 30% leaky? Is it 50% leaky?
Yeah, I would say
leaky?
we're at 30% right now, 30% churn. And that's because people are not showing up for even an hour of work in 1 month. And then they're like, okay, give me a refund. And I'm like, oh, you idiots.
Well,
If
just collect your entire lifetime value up front for the customer. And then you don't care if they show up. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying do the 6 week challenge.
And then and those people who are willing to do that, they are anyways great customers because they're signing up for annuals, because they'll do like 2 or 3 focus blocks and they're like, all right, this shit is really good. I'm gonna just I'll just pay annual and I'm good. So those are great customers and those are awesome. But then there's that side where people are just like, yes, I will get to it someday. I will use it. And then by the time to get around to using it, it's too late.
Yeah, but if they
Yeah.
paid $500, they're going to be a lot more likely to use it. Like anything, okay, anything you do on your end to be like, hey, use Focus Block. Hey, did you use Focus Blocks today? Did you sign up for Focus Block? Like anything that you do to do that, to poke them and prod them to get them to use it, is going to be less effective than making them pay $500 up front. Because you see what I'm saying? Like the biggest motivator is shit. I just invested $500 in this thing. I better fucking use it. That's a lot more motivating than you bugging them and saying, hey, you know, or I'll give you a gift card or whatever. You know, to me, like just having them make a bigger investment commitment up front. And
So are
then
you saying, should I
remember-
increase the price of focus blocks?
Yeah. In fact, don't sell Focus Blocks. Like I said, just sell, like name your offer, this, whatever you could call it, something different, but like the 6-week productivity challenge, right? And it just so happens that Focus Blocks is part of that, but then also have other material that you're going to give them that they're going to get in an instant. Because the problem with Focus Blocks is that they don't, it's the same thing with Bulldog Mindset. They don't get an instant high. They don't get an instant result, right? They're not instantly more productive. They don't instantly have their problem solved. If they use Focus Blocks over time, you know that they'll solve their problem. True. But they don't get an instant thing. So instead,
Well, it is
make a
instant if
challenge.
they sit down and use it for an hour, but to get them to use it for an hour is the challenge.
But
I had
you
this
can
guy
give them-
tell me once to sell the outcome and not the product or not the solution. And I think that's what John's
Yeah.
kind of aiming at, is that you want to get them that outcome. One other
Like
thing
give-
though, that yeah,
Oh, I was just gonna
the-
say real quick. Okay.
yeah, go. No, go.
Give them right away the template to prioritize their tasks. Give them right away the calendar thing, the checklist, right? So then they have something instantly when they sign up for that boot camp, all these bonuses that they're getting, and sell that whole thing instead of Focus Blocks itself.
Ooh. I'm trying to figure out like,
Yeah, I think it's interesting. One other thing that I just want to push on a little bit is, you know, you're talking about 30% of people dropping off without ever even trying Focus Blocks. But is that behavior that you even can change? I mean, can you get these people to sign up? Because if you can't, or if you can't without an unreasonable amount of effort, then they're lost regardless, right? And so, you know, the bucket is just going to have a leak, right? And so I don't know. I'm just trying to decide if it's even worth the effort. You know, if you could in a couple of hours, you know, put together a video series or an email series or something like that, it might be worth considering, right?
well,
For your
churn-
onboarding process. But otherwise,
churn is one of the biggest killers of a subscription business. And
no, I understand. But my
So-
point is if you know, if you can get it from 30 to 20 with a couple hours of work, that might be worth it. But if you can't, if it's going to be 30, no matter what you do, then, and I agree. I think John's approach, where you're basically saying, hey, look, I've got this system that's going to give you the outcome, right? I'm going to show you how to get the outcome instead of I'm going to give you a system, a solution. Anyway.
So there's a thing. Okay, I'm trying to look it up. I've seen the stat before. I can't find it now. Basically, okay. Let me see if it doesn't. I can't remember what book I read it in. You probably read it because we've read the same books. But okay, maybe it was in Checklist Manifesto. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was basically this statistic that said that like trying to get people to do something that's good for them is futile, because even when people are in kidney failure and they're dialysis patients, like a majority of people that are dialysis patients die because they won't show up for their treatment. Not like they don't have to die, but they know they're going to die if they don't show up for the treatment, yet they still don't show up for the treatment. So if you can't get dialysis patients with their life being on the line to show up for a treatment, then you're not going to get anyone to do something good that's, you know, for themselves, that for their benefit, you know, even if it's good for them, you're just not going to get those people to do it. So
yeah, so partly and I accept that, yeah, we're never going to get 100% adoption for the product. Partly the challenge is we have to factor that into our customer acquisition cost every single time, right? And also understand that, okay, we're going to lose XYZ number of customers because they won't use it. And in some ways, we have to tune our marketing to attract only the kinds of people who actually get it, and not worry about all those others who have to be convinced a lot to get it. Because there's this whole continuum of marketing, right? From all the people who are totally unaware all the way to super aware. So almost like the marketing has to be tuned to the super aware and taken out all the people who are not aware because they're not good candidates for something like this. And they're just unnecessarily clogging up our systems. Because there's this dichotomy of people, like, I swear, I've never had a product where people will write me like such long love letters about how this product has changed their life. Right? I'm being like, I'm not even joking when I say love letters, because they'll be like, this is game changing. This has changed my life. I am so thrilled you made this. I am so grateful you made this. Like, I've never had compliments like that. But then on the other hand, I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Use it. Like, how come you didn't use it yet? So it's like,
that's why I'm saying you just got to shift it to taking the money up front and selling the outcome and giving them an immediate benefit and making it like a 6-week challenge or something like that, so that so that's the offer that you're presenting to them, as opposed to, because what you're doing right now is like, well, again, we could equate it to a gym membership, right? You're selling them, look, if you go to my gym, I have a gym, you can work out any day, at 24 hours a day, we have a gym, you work out for an hour, right? You're going to lose fat, you're going to get in shape, you're going to feel better, your mind's going to be more clear, you're going to be in better health, you're going to live longer. What other, benefits could you give than those are? You're going to be more attractive, you're going to get laid more, like all these things, right? And then people don't show up to the gym. But if you sell them, instead of selling them a gym membership, if you say, hey, look, this is 6-week body transformation challenge. You sign up for this, you pay $500. We're going to get you coaches that are going to help you. We're going to give you a template for how to lose weight, what foods to eat, how to go grocery shopping, all this shit. They're like, here's my money, right? And they're going to.
My wife did a program like that. She wouldn't go to the gym, right? But she signed up for a program like that and went and did it a few years ago, right?
But it's the exact same thing. Like, you're selling a gym for your mind, right? And the benefits, and people know the benefits, and people that do it, they see the benefits, but you can't sell it that way because that's not going to work. It has to be, you got to sell it like the immediate benefits and the things that people want, as opposed to, if you go and put in the work, you're going to get the result. Like, sell them the dream.
Yeah. If the churn's really bothering you, I mean, one other thing, I don't know if you can, if somebody will work under these conditions, but you could say, hey, anybody who comes in the front door, the door that you have right now, for every percentage that you can lower churn, you get some kind of bonus, and then just hand off retention to them, right?
Yeah. I mean, I have my team actually working on that, and we're always trying to retain people, trying to give them some extra time to use it and things like that. So yeah, we do retain maybe 10% we bring back 10% of people we might have lost, but 10% of 30%, which is more like 3% total, not
but
10%
I'm just
of the 100%.
I think John's right on where you on this plan to focus on this kind of adoption, because if you can get people into a program like this and get them in the habit of using it up front, then you have users for life, and they're going to go advocate to other people. The other thing is that One Funnel Away, they actually have an affiliate program that you can sign up for One Funnel Away. And so then they can go and they say, hey, look, I went through this productivity challenge and holy cow, right? So you should go sign up for it. And then they get a kickback on it. One funnel
Yeah.
away's affiliate commission is 100%.
So then,
So-
well, yeah, I mean, we have an affiliate program just the same, right? 50% of whatever people sign up for lifetime. The question is, should I actually raise the price? Because a lot of the cancellations that we get are from people who are $7 trials or $9 trials and things like that, who don't use it just because they have paid very little money. They have zero skin in the game, right? When you pay
I think we
seven,
could debate that forever.
Well, that's why I said just completely change the offer. Like, don't even push the $7 trial. Try just pushing a $500 package. That's a 6-week challenge that includes all these bonuses that you're going to put together that are going to assist them on their journey, that are going to give them immediate results, and see what happens there. Because I think that will solve your entire problem. Because what's your lifetime membership right now?
Lifetime? No, we don't do lifetime because it's a
Or-
service.
Or your
So
yearly?
annual is like $330.
Okay, so if you can make a cart sale at $500 instead, or maybe it's $600, isn't that better? And then, I mean, let's say that like of your $7 trials, there's maybe only 25% of the people will buy the $500 that would have signed up for the $7 trial.
That's a
You still make a
stretch
lot
going from 7 to 500, assuming 1 out of 4 will do that.
But
That's
you're
a lot.
you're completely changing the offer. Remember, you're making the offer a lot better because you're going to include a bunch more stuff and you're transforming what the offer is. Right now, the offer is improve your productivity, focus blocks, right? Whereas this offer would be something like 6-week challenge. Here's this template. Here's this guide. Here's all these things that are going to increase your productivity in 6 weeks. So I don't know. Again, maybe it isn't 25% that retain it, but it's going to be a lot better, I would imagine, than what you're doing with the $7.
We can offer
Right.
daily accountability
Mhm.
as part of the system. That might be an additional add-on to help people show up and do the work. Because I'm just trying to figure out, like, modifying the offer is mostly changing up a sales page, not so much like the mechanics of the backend don't really like, yeah, it's very small things that need to be changed to modify the deliverables. But ultimately the modification of the offer is really modifying the overall sales funnel or the sales page, which is the most painful part of it. So
Yeah, I mean, you got to come up with exactly what the offer is going to be, all the bonuses that you're going to include. Like I said, just make a list of all the objections and all the hurdles, not even objections, but the struggles that people will have in increasing their productivity, or someone who wants to increase their productivity, all the struggles that they face in their life, right? It might even be like dealing with their kids, and you know what I mean, and getting time to actually focus, all, like, just brainstorm with that entire list and then come up with a solution for every single one of those. And then put that, and then once you have that all crafted together, then modify the sales page and create those materials and put that all together and see what happens. That's the way I would look at this.
Yeah.
Have you done one funnel away?
No.
So the way that it's set up is you get a daily training. It's a video. It's like 10, 20 minutes. And it's Russell, right? They just redid it in January. I haven't been through the new one, but the old ones were kind of produced. The new ones, I think he did live, and then they cut and edited them. But you got new homework every day. They had coaches that, would, be around to help you, periodically throughout the week. And so they just, you could get on the Zoom calls and ask for help. And then, they'd give you a coupon code so you could go get your free trial for ClickFunnels for the 30 days. If you didn't already have a ClickFunnels account. And I'm trying to think, they gave you some other bonus content and stuff like that. And so, templates for the stuff that you needed, right? So it was like, hey, go here and it'll add this funnel template to your account, that kind of a thing. And so, that's the kind of thing that you could do there. they ran it all through Facebook groups is what they did. And so they would just drop the video every morning on the Facebook group and then let people know where to go to, jump on the coaching calls or whatever else. And
Nice.
so,
Not using ClickFunnels for delivery.
nope.
Good job.
Well, I think there were two reasons for that. One is that having tried to run things through the membership portal on ClickFunnels, I don't blame them. I think the other
Of
reason
course,
though
that's
is
the
that
best advertisement for ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels is only there to sell ClickFunnels.
the other reason though is that a lot of people are just already on Facebook, and I think there's a whole lot less friction to getting people to join a Facebook group than to go join this membership thing. You could actually go join ClickFunnels membership portal as well, I think, for it, but it was janky.
Yeah.
So they just had a Facebook group for each cohort that went through One Funnel Away. So anyway, just putting that out there as a possibility.
Yeah.
But you could do a course in Teachable if you wanted to. You could do, there are a lot of ways that you could put it together. But then they just rip the content out.
Yeah.
And so then it's, hey, day one, so day one, you could get them to do a focus block where they figure out, to prioritize stuff, right? And then day two, they could do another focus block where they plan out now when they're going to get, their top 2 tasks done, however you organize work, right? So anyway.
All right. Well, enough about me. Let's talk about you guys, because I've taken up a lot of time here. What's going on?
I know how you feel. It's not my week to get ganged up on. It's been kind of nice.
No, it can always be your week. Let's get started.
Yeah.
Oh, this week I've just been fighting the fight to get all my stuff together for my accountant so I can get my taxes filed. And that has taken up way more time. Oh my gosh, than I ever thought it would.
You put it off. All right.
I did.
By the time you get your taxes filed, you're gonna have to do it again.
I know.
It's gonna be
Shut up, John. Shut
right
up.
back
I don't want
into
to. All right, I'll talk to you guys next week. Oh my gosh,
Oh my
it
God.
has turned
Do you have
into
a
just this.
bookkeeper?
You know what? Every time I've hired a bookkeeper, it's turned into this giant boondoggle.
What?
They just
are you talking
screw up my
about?
books every time,
No,
except once, and then he got.
they
he
don't
got
screw
sick.
up your books. You screwed up your books. Because the bookkeeper is the best time-saving thing you can do for yourself. I kid you not. I don't know. Maybe John. I don't know if John agrees with that, but I don't
Yeah, I
think
mean-
you can fuck around with that shit. It's not worth it. You should have a bookkeeper.
Well, I tried to hire one in April, and they
Is that the first time you hired one?
No,
Okay.
but I hired one before, and then I took my profit and loss to my accountant. He was like, "Are these numbers right?" And I looked at him. I was like, "There's no way these are right." And
Well, that's the whole point. Like, you don't just hire a bookkeeper and let them run wild. You
yeah.
actually work with them. You look at all the numbers and you analyze those numbers and you're like, okay, this doesn't make sense. What about this? Then you go back and
Well, that
forth
was
with
the other
them.
problem is that I could, I had
You-
trouble with any of them that wanted to talk to me at all.
What do you mean?
Okay, let's talk through my books.
And
Crickets. And then I had one guy, and he
what
would
kind of
do
freaking
that.
bookkeeper did you hire?
I had one guy, and he would sit down with me every month, and he got sick and wound up in the hospital and closed down his practice.
Because of Chuck.
Yeah, it was my fault. Anyway, it's just anyway. So I've kind of given
Chuck's-
up on the whole bookkeeper thing. I just
No, man, you can't give
Oh,
up
you
on
gotta
bookkeeper.
get a. You can't. Yeah, you have to have a bookkeeper.
You will go crazy. That's not a good strategy. 100% not a good strategy. You need a bookkeeper. I would not. Like,
I'm
of
sure there
all
are good
the
ones out
things-
there.
No, dude, you don't. there's like bookkeepers are dime a dozen. You just need one solid one, and you don't need that big a deal of a bookkeeper. You just have to work with them to kind of show them, okay, this is not the right line item for this. It goes here, this line item, and they will learn.
Okay.
Like within like a few communications, they will learn. Like they will code it all up in your QuickBooks. So next time it doesn't happen like that. It's
Okay.
really not that hard. Like, dude, it will save you so much more time than what you're trying to do by yourself. You are crazy to even try to do this by yourself.
Well, I got it all straightened out now, but oh my gosh.
Dude, if you know, any business over 50K should be using a bookkeeper for sure. I don't even know, maybe we're over 20K should be using bookkeeper, because it's just too much shit going on at that time to worry about.
Yeah, it was a giant headache, but I got it all straightened out. So,
All right, well, that sucks.
but I wound up for 2019's taxes, I wound up having to redo it, or having somebody else redo it. I don't remember exactly how that went. I think I hired somebody else to redo what somebody else had done, and
Why?
it was anyway. I don't remember.
You didn't
exactly
you didn't
the details.
verify the taxes?
Yeah, I wasn't verifying it every month, so I would like to not do it.
No, no,
would
no.
very
Why
much
did you
like
have to
not
redo the taxes though?
No, I had to redo. I had to have the bookkeeping redone because the numbers were not right.
Shit, man. No, this is not bookkeeper's fault. I kid you not. This is not a bookkeeper's fault. This is your
Okay.
fault. You were not keeping in sync.
Every month, at the first day of the month, I have an appointment on my calendar, and I go into. I've got 3 sets of books for each business. I go through and I run the profit and loss statement for the previous month, and I look at every single line item on there, and I review it. Not just so I know, make sure it's correct, because sometimes there's errors and you need to have them fixed, but so I know what's going on with the
Right.
business. Compare it, and I can see what's going on. Where am I making money? Where am I losing money? What things are growing? So just get in the habit of doing that. And what I
Mhm.
do with the real estate is I compare it. I run in QuickBooks, so I do a month over month comparison. So
Mhm.
I run at the same time. I can see 2 columns and it shows a difference. So I say, okay, what happened in June versus July of this year? And then I
Right.
look at the column that shows the difference in the amount, right? Because I
Right.
want to see how much has changed, if there's any errors, right? What's
Right.
the difference? So
Any big
I'd
changes?
recommend,
Yeah.
if you do that and you have a bookkeeper and you stay on top of it, you won't have that problem, because you'll know if they're screwing up the books. But if you're like, okay, you handle the books, and then at the end of the year, you like look at it, it's going to be wrong. Guaranteed it's
Yeah.
going to be wrong. And you're like, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Are you using QuickBooks?
I just switched over to Zero. It was a lot easier for me to figure out Zero.
Okay. Well, you need a focus block, 1 or 2 focus blocks every month just for your books. And I would recommend you do it within the next few days. Set up some focus blocks just to sit. Here's the magic. Here's the magic of focus blocks that I always think about. If you just sit with that problem in that focus
Mhm.
block for 1 hour, you will find a way out. So bookkeeping is one of those things nobody wants to do it. But if you just
Right.
sit with Zero in front of you for an hour, you will make progress. And when you do it again for an hour, you'll make progress. And within a month, you will have figured out a lot of that shit. And you'll be
Yeah.
on top of your game, and you won't have these kinds of problems. The problems you're running into are because you're
Yeah, I put it all off. That's why it took me all week.
the books are half baked because you were trying to do them compared to having someone else do them properly, and you going back and forth with them till you feel like they get it now. It's all tuned
Mm-hmm.
up. No big deal. Now I just have to analyze the numbers and I can see exactly what's going on. But you need to you need a couple of focus blocks every month just for going over the books. More than that, but just 1 or 2 focus blocks is a minimum for your books,
Right.
rather than 10 focus blocks at the end of the year, which is, even at that point, it's not enough, because it's just, you got created too much of a mess.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my week, unfortunately.
But
Um,
but nothing we tell you can make you do this, no matter how much we poke and prod you. But if you pay me $1,000, you will do it. If you pay some bookkeeper, pay someone to consult you on your books $1,000.
Yeah.
And you prepay for 50 hours of their time, you
Yeah.
will find a way to get it done. And you don't
exactly.
even have to pay them $1,000.
Yeah.
No.
They're $20 an hour, most bookkeepers. So
Yeah, they're usually
Hey, I've got it. Actually, this is good. Actually, I think I've got something that would actually work pretty good. Okay. This is the 6-week get your books in fucking order, you fucking lazy bitch challenge. Okay. It's going to be $1,000 and we can sell it. We get a bunch of people in, we hire some bookkeepers, right?
You
we
would-
can sell, we can
you
sell
would
the
sell
shit out
this.
of that.
you would
Which-
sell
right?
this.
Because how many people are business owners that are sitting there like, I really need to get a bookkeeper. I don't know how to get a bookkeeper.
90%.
right?
90%.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we make a challenge and it's like, okay, we're going to get all your books straight. You're going to get a fucking bookkeeper. You're going to get a process in place and we're going to do this in, whatever, 4 weeks or
Yeah.
whatever it is. Yeah. People would pay $1,000 for that easily.
Mhm.
Yeah. Where did you hire yours, by the way?
Mine, I've got one that's way back from Simple Programmer that I think I hired him on Upwork, like way back.
Me too.
Man.
Yeah. That's where I
and
was
then-
thinking of looking,
yeah.
but
I've got this other one that does my real estate. It's this team in India that I hired on Upwork as well. It's an
How much are
agency.
they charging
do
you?
really-
$10 an hour?
They kind of like rejigger the price. I basically pay $220 a month for the real estate. So, but they do a good job because it's like they take all the income statements from all the property management companies and they
Yeah.
they manually copy all the line items, enter the line items in there and then check them. So
Mine is in India too, and it's pretty good. Like solid. I can send you the one that I use, Chuck, if you want to use them.
sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Because
They're
yeah,
good. You just have to keep go back and forth with them.
Well,
and
and when I've hired them in the past, that's what I've done is I've sat down and I've said, hey, look, this is what I want to do. I want to sit down and these are the things that I want to know every month. And I want to sit down with you every month and understand these things and have you, walk me through what's going on. And
Yeah,
then I want to
they'll
be
do
able
that.
to look through the transactions and know that everything went to the right place. And
they'll do
I've
that.
had them not show up to meetings. I've had them,
No,
I've had stuff categorized wrong and had them get pissed off when I recategorize stuff. And
wrong
you know,
categorization will always happen, but that's why
I know,
you
but
have to
when I
analyze
move
the
it,
books
then
and
they're
look at
like,
the
well,
books.
why'd you move it? And it's like, because it's wrong. And then they get offended and I've had to fire them. And it's,
Yeah, no,
I have
haven't
had the worst luck with bookkeepers, I swear.
No, it's not your luck. You're just not on top of it.
Yeah.
I
No,
swear.
just dealing with these people.
That's what I'm saying. You're not on top of it. I swear it's not your luck about the bookkeeper shit. I swear. I'm saying I'm pushing back on this and saying it's not the bookkeepers, it's you.
No, it's my fault. I've hired the wrong people. And then
No.
I've just given up and done it myself. And that's wrong too.
I'm saying you didn't hire the wrong people. You just weren't on top of the books. And by the time you tried to get on top of the books, it's just too late and too complicated. And it created too much of a mess for everyone.
Yeah. Well,
What do you
that's
think,
that's
John?
entirely
Do you-
possible.
do you
No, what I'm
agree with-
saying is that half the people that I have hired, I have done this, scheduled meetings and had them not show up. Or I've done this and scheduled meetings and showed up and told them that stuff was categorized wrong and they've told me that I'm wrong.
well, I don't know. All I can say is that you've got to hire someone and
I
get on
know
their
I've got to
ass.
hire somebody
Yeah.
that's going to do it right.
Dude, just hire. Seriously, it's gonna change your
Yeah.
life for sure. All
Yeah.
right. what's
No,
going on with you,
I
John?
need to not be doing this anyway.
Yeah.
John, what's up with you?
I mean, I put out the audio version of Soft Skills second edition finally, so that's out there. We're doing a promotion for it now. I'm going to start running some ads on Amazon. Going to set up some campaigns there for all of those books. That's easy money. And then what am I doing? I mean, the big thing
You're setting up ads on Amazon?
on Amazon, yeah, for the books. I already have some running for Complete Software Developer Career Guide, but I need to like get on top of those ads because that's an super easy ad management system. There's no copywriting. It's just literally just picking the targets and I can optimize that for sure. And then what else am I working on? I mean, the big thing that I've been looking at, or that's been growing, is I did a couple of things. So interesting. So I had the TikTok guy, right? I still have him. I hit 100,000 followers on TikTok. So my TikTok
Wow.
platform is grown. The videos, I have a video on TikTok that has 2.4 million views on it now. So
Amazing.
yeah, so we've nailed that down pretty good. And then those videos, I had them start putting them on Instagram Reels. And so all the shit I was doing on Instagram before, almost no growth. Now I'm getting like my Instagram in the last month has grown by 8,000 people organically. So getting a huge amount, and I'm seeing a ton of sales. Like when that stuff started taking off, I was getting like 6 or 7 Bulldog Mindset membership signups per day, just from word of mouth, just from like just exposure right on those platforms. And then but YouTube is dying. So what I started doing was I said, okay, well, let's just take those Instagram Reels that are doing so well and the TikTok ones, and let's just make shorts out of them and just throw them on YouTube. And at first, right now, I'm hemorrhaging some subscribers, I think because of the new format, but my views have doubled on the channel. And every time I put out a new short, I have a higher, like it's a number 1 out of 10 like record on views. So I think I'm turning the ship around. I think because now we're putting out shorts every single day on YouTube, sometimes 2 a day. And I believe what's going to happen now is that it's going to can have some real solid growth. And I decided with the YouTube channel, I'm basically cutting out everything that's not related to mindset or dating, right? It's all mindset, no more fitness, no more real business stuff, just a little bit like mixed in, like I'm going to have Alex on there and stuff, but I'm going to save all that stuff for the membership. And then maybe I'll create other channels at some time, but I'm just going to try and just, because that's the thing that people are watching. When I look at the videos, people, if it doesn't have to do with fitness or, I mean, with sex or mindset, they're not watching it. And then I've got Mike
Lazy
doing the
bastard.
thumbnails now. Exactly.
Mike's doing
And
your thumbnails now?
yeah, and he's doing better than, because he's making the thumbnails. I don't know if you've seen the latest thumbnails, but he's been doing good job at I basically like the content, like I told him to put a lot of attractive women on the thumbnails, like this is what's right. And so he's doing that. And then he's coming up with good text, big solid text to put on the because he was just putting the title, like our words from the title. Then I was like, no, just think about like come up with something completely different than the title that's just going to get someone to click that and put that as text on the thing. So he's doing a pretty good job of that. And I'm seeing much higher click rates on the videos. So it might be turning the ship around. So
well, I'm glad Mike is working out.
Yeah.
So
now
your
he's got
show
more
is sex
hours.
mindset, and you're using big words.
That's it. Big words. Yes. Small words in big size. So
Small words and big size is not the same as big words.
Size
Yeah.
matters.
Again, small words and big size are not big words.
but
Just
yeah,
like
so
small.
that's the plan for now. We'll see what happens with this, but I'm going to start restructuring. I'm going to start planning on restructuring my offers. I've got some stuff in the works, like Simple Programmer. We revamped the entire funnel. Like we're launching a new thing there. I just decided to take the digital toolkit that was free and just charge money for it. And so we've been making a couple more $1,000 a month there just by making that one change. I need to update the book so it doesn't say it's free anymore. But I figured, who cares? Like, right now it doesn't matter if people are like, oh shit, it's supposed to be free and it's not free. Well, it's better to make the money on the product, and then I can always fix that later, just to test it, see if it worked. So yeah, that's the main things that we're doing. I want to do a promotion on, I'm going to do a big campaign with Bulldog Mindset. We're putting together a sequence where people who had unsubscribed from the membership, there's about like maybe 2,000 of them churned customers. We're going to offer them a just really ridiculous deal. So we're going to give them like platinum membership. We're going to test 4 offers that
2,000 churned customers.
I think that's the total number. Let me see what
You have a total of 1,000 members. How's that possible?
Well, remember, this has been around for like 3 years now. Let me see what the
Years,
total of
yeah.
people.
And he had
Okay,
a bunch
I've
of
got-
people buy in for what, $1 or $7 or whatever, and then peel off.
Okay, yeah, I've got 850 or so active members and 2,877 total contacts in the database of people that had bought membership in some form.
850 active right now.
Yeah,
It's gone down.
it's been relatively about the same, about that amount. So
Dang it. Because I think
Yeah.
you were at that number November,
yeah,
December,
a few months
right?
ago, exactly. Yeah, so I haven't done any big pushes on membership, but I've made more money because I've been selling more platinum and yearlies, which is, overall the money has increased. But yeah, that's the plan. Is I think to like go back to those people, give them a ridiculous offer, and then we're going to see what works. We're going to try and sell them a platinum membership for half price, and then
One thing you
and
can
then-
also try is a region-based pricing offer.
yeah,
To
yeah.
literally like region-based pricing, like telling them that, hey, we're offering a pricing based on the region. And here's a limited time offer for you for that because you're in Asia or because you're in Africa or wherever.
Yeah, and then sell like and just try to sell like a one-time shot instead of a.
You could do whichever way, and you would be
Yeah.
surprised how many people can take up the monthly payment for a lower price for a long time.
I just don't want to
if
mess
they-
with monthly payments at lower prices because then it creates a weird like dynamic. But I'm gonna try and push. We're basically gonna test 4 different options. We're gonna test offering the platinum at 50% off, offering it at 75% off, and then there were 2 other ways we were going to do it. Oh, the yearly. We're going to do the yearly at 50% off and the yearly at 75% off. And then we're going to basically run like 4 cohorts through there,
Mhm.
subdivide that list, and then see what generates the most revenue. And then whatever generates the most revenue, then that's the thing we're going to apply in an email sequence when people unsubscribe. So,
Mm.
but yeah, that's all I'm working on.
So in order to grow the membership, the big push is TikTok.
I mean, I think Instagram is going to be more effective. TikTok is difficult to advertise on, but Instagram.
Are you guys anywhere close to getting advertising going now?
Not on the main. Like we've got there. Like Tim's putting together like a package that we're gonna sell. But I'm gonna revisit that because I want to create an offer now that I have that knowledge. That's going to be a really good high ticket offer. I think I can sell that and that'll be better. So I'm going to wait on that. But
Did
Okay,
you say
so
that
not
YouTube
selling
started
low
growing
price.
again?
what's that?
Did you say that YouTube was growing again?
I'm
Or is
believe
it a
it
wait
is.
and see? Okay.
It's a wait and see. The views have gone up. They're doubled.
Okay.
So, but I'm putting out a lot of videos. So we'll have to
Okay.
see what happens. But I think I also have an Instagram campaign in the works. We're going to try actually doing a real Instagram promotion with ads on the stories like that, just to,
To
my
your own followers.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And see
Okay.
what we can do.
How many you
Is
have
it-
now? 30,000, 40,000?
About over 40,000. So
You have never done any kind of promotion to them?
not a real promotion. I've done like some little tiny things where I've, made a story or something and said something, but nothing of like, a real targeted campaign.
40,000 is a pretty good audience size. Here's the way I would think about this. So if you think about your CPM, let's say you get around $30 CPM
Right.
for this audience, right? Per 1,000 impressions, $30 per 1,000 impressions. And even if you were to get 2% conversion, 3% conversion off of that, you get 3 sales.
Yeah.
Well, not 3% out of the impressions, but let's say, 2%, 3% click-through rates and 3% of them buying. You could legit get a whole maybe 50 to 100 customers for not a big ad spend, maybe around $50-$60 per customer.
Yeah.
Because it's your own warm traffic, so it will be way more effective than anything else.
The other thing I was thinking about doing too, which I need to add to my list as I'm thinking about this, is just like doing a DM outreach on Instagram, like hiring someone to basically, because I'm getting around, like 100 followers a day on Instagram. So it's really easy to just have someone just DM every new follower and just start talking to them, right? And just, and just close them on Bulldog Mindset membership. Because if I have 100 new followers a day and I have a closer that's just reaching out to each one of them, if he can make like 1 sale or 2 sales a day of, platinum membership or yearly membership, that's like, that doubles the income of the business.
But you can do the exact same thing with ads.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, that's an additional.
And it
thing
will be
to-
the same exact funnel. You can create the funnel experience in ads.
Yeah.
Like video, when someone watches this video, then show them this video. And when they have watched 50% of this video, then show them this video. So you kind of create the whole funnel experience for that
But
user.
Yeah. The question
And
is,
it's all automated.
Can we do it with a manual outreach first, right? Do the high
Touch.
first and see if whatever success you get, because you're never going to get better success than you are going to get the high touch. Like someone actually chatting with them and trying to make the sale, they're always going to do better than any funnel that you've set up. So
You're right.
so
But
you
the
see what those
scale-
numbers are. Well, you see what
the
those numbers are
scalable-
first,
Yeah.
get that working, and then automate pieces of it, right? As opposed to going the other way, right? So that's
Well, I'm just
kind of
talking
the-
straight up ads, not necessarily
yeah.
any major automation, but just having your ads running, targeting your existing audience and retargeting those who have viewed specific videos
Yeah.
to get them to buy it. Yeah. Because the scale of ads is so big, it dwarfs anything that we can do manually per se.
Right.
And once
yeah.
once you get ads working the way, like if you have 40,000 people, you'll start building lookalike audiences for those, and you could use the same ads for your lookalikes, especially if you're going after Tony Robbins audience and things like that. You can find a lot of good stuff working once you're okay with your ads.
Yeah. I just need a good offer, a good like irresistible offer for
That is
the
true.
ads. So that's what I'm going to be working on before I run the ads, because
I found a new ad agency that I've been looking at.
It's funny because you're talking about doing DM outreach, and a friend of mine talked to him last week. He was actually recommending that for the coaching stuff that I do some of that. We had a chat. He's been doing coaching for a while, and he recommended that, yeah, if I don't have, so he recommended that I set like 4 or 5 times per week that I want people to fill in for coaching. And then basically it was, yeah, if those times aren't filled, that I reach out to people that have reached out to me either through LinkedIn or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, so people who send me connection requests, yeah, that I do that
Use-
and make
exactly,
those
yeah.
connections. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, because then you have that personal, hey, what are you looking for? What are you working on? What, how can I help you? Yeah. And then they're way more likely to have that personal connection to want to, yeah, John, I'm trying to figure out how to, have a better relationship with my girlfriend, or, hey, John, I'm trying to, do this entrepreneurial thing. I just, I don't feel as manly as I should, or whatever.
Exactly. Yep. So
I like
right,
that
I guess-
approach.
I guess we should probably get this wrapped up here. Ready to do our thoughts?
Let's do it.
I'll go. Like mine will be simple. Mine will just be the offer is everything. You can make an irresistible offer, right? It's that, and that's critical. And like all the other stuff that you try to do in business, it's a diluted effort if your offer is not good. Just focus a majority of your effort on having a really good offer, and then even if the rest of your shit sucks, that you'll still do better than anything else by having a really good offer.
So mine is a little bit different, but you might find that it's actually along the same lines. It's what I've been thinking about lately, which is swinging for the fences when it comes to testing stuff in advertising. Because what happens with advertising is it's easy to mess around with little tweaks here and there and make very small delta improvements. But in any kind of marketing, it's way more important to figure out what it is, like what are the biggest needle movers, and playing with those fires, or playing with those things rather than playing around with the dinky little things. So something like what you just said, offer is one of those big needle movers. Like if you can switch that around, that'll create a big impact. Or even, something as the headline of your damn sales page will have a lot more impact than monkeying around with the remaining 90% of the sales page. So always wondering when you're running offers or running ads, in my case, like, where should I be investing my time and energy? Where are the biggest swings possible right now? Because so easy to get lost in the minutia. So
Yeah, for me, and this is something I'm still kind of formulating, but yesterday I ran across a tweet where somebody basically said, do you ever feel awkward when somebody asks you where you're going to end up in 5 years? And for me, I thought about it and I realized that I used to, but not anymore, right? Instead, I kind of plan ahead for that. I usually am thinking 3 years ahead, right? And that's a moving target. It's a frequently moving target, right? As I essentially gain more information, gain more experience. But when Manny said you have to swing for the fences, and then he, with advertising, but for me, it's you have to swing for the fences in life, and be thinking about where you want to end up, because otherwise you're just kind of coast off toward wherever you're going to end up. And so I've been really just thinking about, okay, where do I want to go? Where do I want to end up? Where do I want to be at in 3 years? And where can I kind of push the opportunities, and and then kind of work back to that. And there's still a lot of wiggle room in what I can actually do in the interim to get there. But I really want to encourage people, just go for it. Just think about, okay, where am I going to end up in 3 years or 5 years? And it's not a permanent decision, and it doesn't have to be these exact grandiose ideas. But if you're not aiming for something, then you're probably not going to end up in a place that you necessarily are going to be happy with. And I guess that's kind of my thought.
Yep, I agree.
agree.
All right, guys. We'll see you
right.
next week.
Adios.